Boy, what a go-home show for SummerSlam that wasn't. I'm John Redland with my review of WWE Raw, and we are out of the Performance Center, going to the Amway Center for WWE Thunderdome. And I have one question. Can't we get beyond Thunderdome? Perhaps soon, but not yet. Hey, at least we're going to try something new. Hey, having fans zoomed in on this, on a big old screen on all these LED boards. That's going to go well. Probably not going to go well. I'll do my SummerSlam predictions at some point. As a go-home show, this wasn't really all that good. It was very messy. I'm not going to say the SummerSlam card looks necessarily bad. Actually, I think it looks quite good. This just didn't really hype me for it because it was a very basic show. And they had a lot of women on the show, but they didn't really feature them all that well. A lot of it was really fucking messy and by the numbers. So, we have the typical opening and then glitches because the group known as Retribution were causing some glitches. And then we get Orton Flair recaps, curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal, Orton. And then Drew McIntyre is talking about how he is a weapon. Yes, he himself is a weapon. Also, his promo gets interrupted because the group known as Retribution get into the production truck and do not take out Kevin Dunn. More in the pity. That's the one job they had. Get rid of that stupid Bucky Beavertooth motherfucker. Nobody wants Kevin Dunn there besides Vince McMahon and maybe Bruce Pritchard because Bruce Pritchard's a goddamn idiot and the freaking Vince McMahon brown noser. But enough about that red-faced fucking moron that should have been swallowed by his mother. So, the group known as Retribution interrupt the production and then we go to commercial during this pretty good promo by Drew. And then they keep interrupting stuff, but then the show keeps going. And this was in the beginning, like within the first 15 minutes, and they're just gonna keep going all of a sudden. Okay, it was nice of the group known as Retribution to just suddenly fucking leave. Alright, here's the Hurt Business. They do a typical promo. Oh, and then by the way, before that, we had locker room talk with Seth, Drew, and various others and everything, and Ricochet and Cedric making snide comments about Seth, probably the jacket. Or the man bun, don't really know. Maybe, I don't know. Ricochet and probably should not make any comments about anybody until he apologizes for being in that fucking dojo. So, moving on. More bad camera work. Really bad camera work. But maybe that's because the group known as Retribution was interrupting all this. So, MVP, the Hurt Business are talking everything. Here's Apollo. He says MVP can't cut it on his own. So, how about him and Shelton have a match? And if Shelton wins, then the Hurt Business can be at ringside. If Apollo wins, then the Hurt Business is banned from ringside at SummerSlam. Because you'll never see it coming. Except we totally saw that Apollo was going to win. And then, God damn it. We get Lashley attacking. And then we get Cedric, Ricochet, and Ali stopping the whole thing. That's going to lead to something a little bit later. Yeah, and then, by the way, God damn it. Oh, fucking Christ. The Ninjas and R-Truth are in there also doing the scramble. Shelton, despite losing that, wins the 24/7 championship back. Oh, they won't let the fucking ninja thing go. If you guys find any of this entertaining, great. I don't, but whatever. And then 6-man tag later. Yep, we get to find out what that's about. We then get the Bachelor Blonde. I don't know what her fucking name is. I don't care what her name is. Why is she here? I'm sure she's a nice person. But what the actual goddamn fuck use does she have there? Anyway, so Garza is like trying to flirt with her. And then Ivar just brandishes his meat. And the blonde is very impressed by it. I'm just going to let that joke sink in there. And then Ivar and Garza, while the Bachelor Blonde watches from the back, this was why. Why are the Viking Raiders not allowed to be ass kickers? Almost said ass kissers, but ass kickers. Why aren't they just allowed to be destroyers? Why? What was the problem with them being destroyers? This whole entertaining thing has not worked for me. It's worked for some, and that's great. I fucking hate it. They need to keep things simple. They don't need to be entertaining. Let them be like the Road Warriors, just destroy people. But no, we can't fucking do that. So are they ruined? I don't want to say ruined or they buried. No, but are they pretty much wrecked? Oh yeah, they're pretty much fucking wrecked. I can't take them seriously. They're good in the ring, but every time I see them, I go, okay, well, this is going to mean nothing. Because they mean nothing. They mean absolutely nothing. So, Garza wins, by the way. I didn't really care about this. And then we get Angela with the Bachelor Blonde. I don't know her name, and I don't care about her name because her name isn't important. She's just nondescript and shouldn't fucking be there. Also, she was really happy to be around Angelo. Maybe she wanted some of that BBC. She got lessons from Lana with that whole Lashley angle. Let's never mention that again. And then something about security footage that will show who poisoned Montez for. Dun, dun, dun. It's Zelina. It was Zelina. It was Zelina. Is that really shocking? Because, Zelina apparently just spiked Montez's drink. And, then there we go. And then he comes in and attacks. And we get that going. And Bianca was upset later because we get her involved in something. And this was not good. Natty versus Mickie James. Lana in Natty's corner. Mickie James has not been in the ring for 18 months, roughly. Or something like that. It's been well over a year. And they give her no TV entrance. And this match is going on. Lana's there for what she's worth. Absolutely nothing. And then Seth and Murphy come out because Joe's been talking about how he knows Ray's going to be back tonight. Despite his eye injury and everything. The ping pong ball. And Seth is getting in his face. Saying, who's your sources? Tell me your source. Tell me your source. And they're doing this. Mind you, the women's match is going on, and this is the kind of disrespect they show the women. Now, I love Natty, and I love Mickie, and I'm not saying that they could be the focal point of the division at this point, but Natty's still really good in the ring. Mickie still has a lot left to offer, despite injuries and despite, any pretenses about somebody's age. She could go another 10 goddamn years if she really wanted to. She keeps herself in incredible shape and works a safe enough style. But nope, they just wanted to slap him in the face and everything and have that happen. And then Mickie loses by countout. And then shoves Lana, which is the best use for Lana. Down there being useless and doing nothing. Seriously, that's about where Lana can't botch anything is just by, laying around. Honestly, I know that Lana is just a character. I'm talking about the character. I'm not talking about the person. I feel bad for the person with medical issues that her parents have had. And I'm sure that she probably wants to be there with her husband more. She probably doesn't want to be there besides the money. But the character's fucking useless. She should not fucking be there. Anyway, we then get let's see. We get Bayley and Sasha doing the same promo. Same promo, skip, pass. And then it's going to be Bayley versus Asuka first, and then Bayley versus Sasha next. So this is my theory. Bayley's going to get help from Sasha to retain, and then Bayley's not going to help Sasha, and Sasha's going to lose. And then that's going to start the dissension and start the feud for a match that should have already happened. And it's not good storytelling, and I don't care anymore. So, Shayna and Asuka versus Bayley and Sasha. A couple minutes in, Nia Jax, who's suspended, attacks Shayna. Shayna was in this match, and Nia wasn't, and we don't get a DQ. But Asuka attacked Bayley recently, who wasn't in a match, and that caused a DQ. And other stuff like that happened. Not causing a DQ, yet Nia, who's not involved in any of this and is suspended, attacks Shayna in the match, and doesn't cause a DQ. What the fuck ever. So, now we get, Shayna and her battling back at one point, and then we get Shayna coming back after it's 2-on-1 for a bit. She taps out Bayley. Good. Okay, cool, whatever. And then recaps Rollins tag teaming Dominic. I could watch Dominic get the shit beat out of him all day. It was actually really good that he took that lashing. Was a bit brutal. Think they could have eased up on it. I do give him credit for that. Still don't really care for the guy. Still I'm going to call him Haley Joel Stereo. At least for now. But I will give him credit for at least taking that because I sure as fuck wouldn't have. And then Cedric wanted to be picked by Apollo. But he picks Ricochet and... Ricochet, that is, and Ali, because Cedric got locked in the full Nelson, and Apollo knows how deadly that is, and says, okay, I know you've done all this shit to your body, but no, full Nelson was on you for maybe like 30 seconds. Let's give you the night off. And then Sean has advice for Drew, then we get Ruby and Liv in the Iconics. They're just talking a bit, and then Shayna and the two dwarves, or the two idiots there, the two useless ones, Duke and Shafir, who have to have gotten better in the ring. And then we get recaps of the group known as Retribution. I'm running out of fucking steam here. Ruby versus Peyton. I like both of them. It was short. Peyton won. And Shane then comes back. And I like actually all of them involved. I think Ruby and Liv are quite good. I think the Iconics are very good. And the story is what it is. It's fine undercard feud. But it's just kind of there. And if you only give it a couple minutes, what the fuck's the point? So, we then get Shane talking to that big old guy, the big old guy that got signed from Nigeria. It was in NXT. Shane said that's a big fist. That should be on his tombstone. That's a big fist. 7-day Raw Underground. Eric fisting some random blonde guy. What is with the fisting on the brain that I got here? And then faces Dolph. Dolph pokes him in the eye and wins. Pokes him in the eye and then chokes him out. So many camera cuts. This is why the group known as Retribution should have ran Kevin Dunn out of the production truck. Then maybe he could have been, just like chased into an alligator pit. I don't goddamn know. And then we get Ray and Dominic, Seth and Murphy, more hype, Canes and stuff, and now Seth Rollins gets tag teamed by two guys. Shut up, Noah. Don't even say it. So, anyway, Raw Underground with Arturo Ruas and Riddick Moss. Arturo Rumas. There we go. Fuse them together. Human centipede them together. Whatever. Apollo, Ali, Ricochet, Sine versus the Hurt Business. It's an elimination match. Ali goes instantly. Ali deserves better. I don't often say this, but if Ali were in New Japan or something, if he was part of New Japan America, sure, it wouldn't be the biggest stage, but eventually he could travel to New Japan, be part of their junior heavyweight division, and move up. He could be used so much better. They don't fucking care about him at all in that company. And then Ricochet Sine gets gone, then it's 3-on-1. Then Cedric pins Shelton after he gets eliminated, and Cedric is the new 24/7 champion. MVP gets eliminated, and then a spear from Lashley pins Cruz. And then Shane talks to the horsewomen, Shayna and the two twats. And then Tozawa versus Cedric for the 24/7 title. And Cedric wins, and then Shelton beats him for the 24/7 championship again. Why is this still a thing? Why is the 24/7 championship a thing? Raw Underground, Spear beats some redheaded woman. I don't know who the hell she is. Somebody told me who she was on Twitter, and I totally forgot to write it down, but thank you. Thank you, random citizen. Then Nia attacks, but then won't face Shayna and leaves. Shane's like, the one rule is you have to fight, yet you have to stop matches eventually, so there are some rules. Montez versus Andrade. Montez wins. At one point, Bianca, slams Zelina. Then we get Sean's message to Randy. You'll see it coming. And then he gets an RKO and a punt. Sean does not sell the goddamn punt at all, but kicked him so hard, Randy did, he fixed Sean's eye. He didn't fix his lost smile, though. And then Drew's out. Brief brawl. And then he gets an RKO from out of nowhere. You'll never see it coming. Okay, this Raw existed. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.